Hi there, my name's Brian Melton, and in 2005 I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. I was having a lot of strange symptoms, off and on, with numbness and pains and weakness and dizziness and lots of cognitive issues, things that were popping up out of the blue, and I was getting nowhere trying to find a diagnosis. I went to numerous doctors, had an MRI finally done, and we nailed it down as being MS. Dr. Batea here in Fresno pulled me in the office and said, "Brian, you have multiple sclerosis, and we have some different treatment options for you that are currently on the market." So Dr. Batea handed me 3 different flyers. All 3 medications had the same type of efficacy, and all 3 were they only help relapses. They don't really stop the overall progression of the disease. So I started on a drug called Copaxone. Many of you who have MS are familiar with it. It's an injectable. I took that for about 5 years, and I would continue to have lesions forming on my brain, and that was found by a specialist in San Francisco that I saw as a second opinion, and he said we need to go ahead and change up medications because there's still lesions forming on your brain. So he had me start another medication called Tysabri. Tysabri is very powerful, many of you know, has a lot of side effects, and unfortunately I had a lot of the side effects. So I ended up stopping Tysabri after 6 months, which was 6 injections, basically it was once a month. So after that, we started a drug called Gilenya, which was the first oral medication for MS approved around 2010. So we started that, and in the meantime, I did a lot of research. I spent a majority of my time researching the newest treatments, what's in the pipeline, and how long it's going to take to get to the market so we could try something that's a lot more effective. Well, after all that research, I found what's called hematopoietic stem cell transplant. It was done as a trial in Chicago. So I followed this treatment for years and years and years. They just finally had some results come out in last year and showing about 80% reduction in relapses and progression free over a span of 5 years. So a lot of you have heard about the stem cells, have heard that they're being done in the United States, and unfortunately there's only one real trial in the USA, and that's done at Northwestern University with Dr. Richard Burke. So his trial came out, the results were amazing, and everybody's flocking around the United States trying to find somewhere to get stem cells. What they don't realize is that this isn't an actual stem cell procedure. It's more of a chemotherapy procedure, that the stem cells are re-administered after the chemotherapy to help your immune system rebuild. So basically it's a chemotherapy treatment. And I know some of you MS patients that have had it a long time are familiar with using chemotherapy for MS, usually as a monthly pulse, but this is a barrage of chemotherapy at once to knock your immune system down, to reboot it and erase MS from your body. So you get a brand new immune system, and the disease is kept at bay, hopefully for forever. It doesn't work in all patients, but only the majority. And I really want everyone to know about this because your doctor's not going to tell you. It's not being presented to them by the pharmaceutical rep in the office. You see, it's more of an oncologist specialty, a hematologist procedure, where it's done daily down the street in your town for cancer patients, but it's not recognized by the FDA as an approved treatment for autoimmune disease. Eventually it will, but not in the near future. So with that in mind, I looked at that, and it was unacceptable. I know there has to be other options, there has to be other places that perform the procedure, which led me to numerous countries with different regulations on the use of this transplant in autoimmune diseases. So with the the greatness of social media and being able to explore different facilities and actual patients that have had it done worldwide, we're now seeing that this is really a hidden procedure that nobody really knows too much about, especially in the United States. All we know about is the pharmaceutical drugs that they recommend for us to take. So in my findings, we found Dr. Fedorenko in Russia. He is the leader in this procedure, bringing in international patients about 3 to 4 years ago. He's treated now over 400 international patients, and a majority of them, his quote is 70% of patients are progression-free after this procedure. This procedure is not going to typically reverse disability. It's not what it's about. It's about stopping the progression of the disease, the degenerative part that is unstoppable, and they have no knowing of what causes it or how to stop it. This is the only procedure that's shown ability to stop it. Unfortunately, it will be years and years and years away from being approved in the United States because everything just takes so long to get approved. Other countries have different standards. This procedure is also being done in one facility in Mexico. It's being done in Europe. It's being done in Italy. It's being done in Israel, has multiple sites. Their MS patients are getting this firsthand. They're stopping the disease from the get-go. So that is my goal, is to stop the disease from progressing. I have a family. I have a 4-month-old. I have a three-year-old that I need to be around and be able to stay active with them. And with your help, this could happen. The procedure, it is expensive. It's $50,000. We're fundraising the money. Everybody's contributing from the community. It's been great. I only have till November 1st. I need to be there, and we need help from everyone. Anybody that hears this message, I'm going to help spread the word when I get back. I'm going to make sure that the patients know there are other options besides what's being told by your neurologist. Odds are you know somebody that is dealing with pain and dealing with the everyday aches and pains, and there's no hope. Well, this has hope. There is a light at the end of the tunnel with this procedure. It is by far superior to anything that's out there, and I really want to make sure that when I get back, you all have my word that I'm going to help spread it, and you're going to know about it. And with your help, we need to get me there, and we're under halfway there, and we got a lot of fun events in the pipeline, and we just hope that everyone could share with their families this story, and just knowing that a lot of you out there know that MS is unpredictable. It's another autoimmune disease with no cure. And with your help, hopefully we could at least put the disease into remission and go about my life and go about my family. So thank you all for taking the time out to listen to my video, and hopefully you all could reach out to me with questions about the procedure. I'd be more than willing to help. So thank you all.